Hey guys, today's Sunday. I'm Lucas, and this week's topic is coming out. So, first, I think the first people I came out to, I didn't come out to anybody while I was in high school. So after I graduated, there was a guy I was friends with. I came out to him and his boyfriend, and I explained, and they weren't 100% sure what it was. I guess they weren't completely educated. I guess when they heard trans, they thought of like drag queens, which technically they are. They're transvestites or even transgenders, transsexual, but that's a completely different topic. So I came out to them. They were accepting, and then I came out to my friend's mom and her husband, which they were great about it. Then came out to some other friends, and they were all cool. But my mom, whenever it came time to tell her, like I told my sister first, and she said, "You should think long and hard about this before you say anything," which I had already thought really long and hard about everything, and was like, I'm pretty much gonna dive in and see what happens. Let's just say I dove into really shallow water, and it was just not the best of times. I don't really know how my sister feels about it. I live in Pennsylvania and she lives in New Jersey, and we rarely ever talk. I haven't seen her in like a little over 2 years. And I came out in about like August of 2012 or something, so even whenever I told her, I didn't really see her very often. So it was just one of those weird things that she would have to be around that she's not. So as far as like if she accepts it, that's cool, but I wouldn't know. I came out to my dad, and we had a very deep heart-to-heart conversation about it, and he seemed, I don't want to say accepting of it, but he didn't seem to just throw the idea away, if that makes any sense. Like, he seemed more open to it. And then I came out to my mom, and everything went downhill from there. I came out to her, and she looked at me and said that I was lying, that I just wanted attention. I came out to her over 2 years ago, and look at me. I mean, we've made tiny, very tiny baby steps, which I will probably go more into detail about next week. But I mean, coming out was tough. I came out to my dad's dad, and he's a pastor. And he flat out told me that he wasn't going to support me. He doesn't condone it because of his religious beliefs. So, hey, I guess that's just life, right? In the workplace, whenever I get hired, I'll say something after that point of hire, I'll say something, come out to them and say, hey, I'm trans, I prefer these pronouns, this name, blah, blah, blah. And I haven't had any problems with it. But this week and next week are going to be very related. They coincide like that. 'Cause, yeah, next week is acceptance, so, But as far as coming out, that's pretty much all I have. It sucks coming out to people sometimes because you don't know how they're gonna react. But for me, most of the time, because it's not family, it's positive. Which I guess is great. But sometimes you just wish your family would be more accepting. But that's for next week. Some people have it better. Some people don't. Some people have it worse. That's the way it's always going to be. But, yeah. That's pretty much all I have about this. Next week I'll explain more of my life, I guess, with accepting and everything. So I'll see you next week. Bye.